Hello and welcome to another Art in EV presentation on our EV products, where we've been presenting for the last 3 days at the Fully Charged Outdoor Show our offering of cable solutions and charger socket solutions. We have had two different forms of those, the AC being the 62196-2 and the higher-powered DC variant of the IEC 62196-3. So with these different cable solutions, we are able to offer Mode 2, Type 2, and also typically, as used in the UK and Europe, the Type 2 Mode 3 for the double-ended cable solutions. These are available in various different lengths of 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10 metre, so quite a nice flexible sort of range offering there. Other products we've been presenting at the show as well have been our electrical charge sockets. So if you're a company which is developing and manufacturing charge sockets, we're able to offer the electrical charge socket in single-phase or three-phase variants. Another little accessory to protect the cable, if you happen to be using a Mode 2 cable which is tethered to the charge station, to protect the plug, we actually do a simple sort of plug holder unit which can be fixed near to the charger and keep the cable nice and safe for the time you need to use it next, and it keeps the cable nicely sort of secured too. Some simple sort of questions and things which have been asked while we've been covering the show have been regarding reliability and quality, being where people have cables and after some short period of time they find the cable fails and there's no real clear example of why that's happened. One of the typical examples is people have checked their cable and found they've got continuity on a single phase or a three phase, and the product appears to be fine, but only to find that it's actually the resistor which is in the pistol which is plugged into the vehicle which has failed. Another example which has been asked of us is the style of cables we use and what type of cables and the makeup of the cable, because typically some of these cables have failed and the failure has become in the middle of the cable where the control pilot cable, during the construction of the cable it has been found that the phase connections and the CP connections are actually somehow bonded to the outer insulation. So when the cable comes under a tight bend radius, what it tends to do is it stretches and then literally shears the CP control cable, which when the cable is checked and belled out, for instance, for a continuity check, that is not visible. So these are some of the examples we've had. Our take on that is our cable is of a high quality European cable, and within the process of that cable manufacturing, the cable has a very light chalk powder which stops the inner conductors actually bonding to the outer sheath, giving more reliable on tight bend radiuses, for example. Well, the questions which have been asked of ourselves is the availability of our products. How quickly can a customer obtain our product? Well, one of our key advantages is the product is actually manufactured in Europe, and typically a lead time with bulk ordering is around about 4 to 6 weeks. Once into a local distributor, then they're available on a next day sort of basis. Some of our visitors and also some of the touring around the show itself we've done, we've come across a lot of companies which are offering solutions of installation, be it a lighting column or a bollard column where they require actually running cables up for fast termination. Because one thing they've actually done is they've found they need a fast connection sort of, when many bollards do install on site, is to be in and off site very quickly. So one of the key things we are able to offer within some of these box sections, which are very small, is we're able to offer a nice form-fit connector, a three-phase 40 amp rated connector, which is actually in an inline sort of solution. So that means that the provider of the column can pre-wire the one end, and when the contract tractor turns up on site, he has a small amount of connector solution which he has to apply to that finished solution of wiring, and then it's a very quick, simple plug-in, clip over, and it's an IP65 connection inside that column.